Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this. From the Park Place. Skeleton Crew is the Star Wars greatest failure. Record low ratings could mean that Star Wars is a dead brand. Honestly, yeah. I think Star Wars is definitely dead as a dodo brand, at least for the next decade. They will need to stop doing anything, they'll need to cancel everything, leave it dormant, and maybe when they reboot, they take out whatever Disney created, ignore it and say it was just some fever dream from, I don't know, from Jabba. I don't know, maybe he was infected and had massive diarrhea, and while having diarrhea he was having a massive fever dream. So I think that's the only possibility of actually saving Star Wars, because currently it's a disaster. But let me just cover what they said here, which is pretty telling. Yeah, you can see in the Nielsen ratings that they quoted that it's nowhere to be found. And since it's a streaming thing, it's not doing very good. This is pretty much what you would expect lately with Star Wars. If this was Star Wars, actual good Star Wars, you would basically expect it to be, or to see it in the number one. It would be high up there, or at least in the top 5. But unfortunately, that's not the case, or fortunately in this case, because no, don't want to. Anyway, this is what they said. To put Skeleton Crew's performance in perspective, considering the benchmark set by other Disney Plus series and the competition on Nielsen's streaming original list, the lower spot on Nielsen's latest chart belongs to the Great British Baking Show, with 382 million minutes viewed. Since Skeleton Crew failed to make the list, its total viewership was below that figure. With 2 episodes released, this means the series averaged under 191 million minutes per episode, a troubling statistic for the Star Wars property. And that, yes, is true. It is a troubling statistic for a Star Wars property, because this is not something that you would expect for a brand that is as big as, well, Star Wars. They've ruined it. They made people who used to love Star Wars feel embarrassed about it. I'll continue with that rant after something far better than Disney Star Wars is shown to you. Baby, yeah. Right. So, back to Star Wars, the disappointment that keeps on giving. I used to be, well, still am in a certain way, but Today, I just don't seem to care anymore, to be honest. But anything Star Wars, I would be very happy. I would look forward to it. And whenever today, at this very day, I see some old Star Wars game, hell, even Star Wars The Old Republic MMO, I still get that nice fuzzy feeling that I used to get with Star Wars games. Today, not so much anymore. And, well, to be honest, well, I still do in a certain way for the old games, but the newer games or the new content for Star Wars is just not there. I see a new Star Wars game released, well, Star Wars Outlaws. I look at it and I don't see Star Wars. And I don't get that nice little feeling of Star Wars. I used, and still do, when I see some old game, when it's remastered and it's not censored or anything of the sort, it's gratifying. I think that's the correct word. It feels nice. But here, we have a good example of what Star Wars has become under Disney leadership. This is a picture of Lucasfilm headquarters with a red X through the face of actual Luke Skywalker. I think it's possible to see, but you can see it here, the icon of actual Star Wars. The icon that we all grew up with, we're connected with, and we link Star Wars to Luke Skywalker, and they just put the X on top. I think this is what Star Wars has become under Disney leadership and Disney content. It's just crap. I just don't feel like it anymore. If I play any Star Wars game, old ones, yeah, there's still that nagging feeling on the head that, yeah, they ruined Star Wars. Completely destroyed. And what I'm seeing here is like a monument, an old monument that is just decaying through time. It feels a bit like that, but let me read this part here, which I think is quite important. Fans aren't just critical anymore, they are indifferent. The days of heated debates over The Last Jedi and the rise of Skywalker have given way to a collective shrug. Apathy has replaced anger, which may be the greatest threat to any entertainment brand. As the saying goes, the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. And this is exactly what it feels like for Star Wars. The Skeleton Crew was released and I was, don't give a shit. I went on to watch old stuff. Right now I'm binge watching Andromeda. Yeah, the one with Kevin Sorbo. Instead of watching this garbage. Even if for some reason it's good, I just don't give a shit. The same thing I went for Acolyte, went on for, what was the other that was kind of, people said it was okay-ish in comparison to other Disney garbage? I forgot. See, that's what Star Wars is for me today. The same thing it goes for Star Trek. I was a bigger fan for Star Trek than Star Wars, and Star Wars even gave me that nice little feeling, but Star Trek was even more. And today, you mention new Star Trek shows or whatever, and I go, I don't care. I just don't want to. Yeah, I'm not watching that. I don't even have the energy anymore to argue why something is wrong or bad. Hell, one of the first videos of this channel was me actually arguing about the wrong technology used in Star Trek Discovery and how bad it was. Today I just look at it and say, yeah, I'm not wasting my time. I'm moving on to other things. That's what it feels like. So, as Isambard Prince puts it on Lex, cheery bye.